was proud of our guys, the approach, most importantly, that we took coming into this game. I told the guys after the game against Georgetown at home that it wasn't going to be easy to go, back to Georgetown and win because, they'd be ready to fight. And, every team takes on the personality of its coach. It's only a matter of time before this team becomes, a full extension of Ed Cooley, and I think we all know in this league what that means. But our guys, they had a great mentality. We didn't even know if Chase was going to play. Cam was going to play going into the game. We did walkthrough this morning, and he wasn't even in the starting lineup, and he wasn't out there defending any of their actions in the walkthrough. But then he was out there in warm-ups, and the staff said he felt good and looked good. So we love the fact that he was able to go, and I thought we got good contributions from everybody.
Yeah, career night for Cam with 31. How nice is it for you just to have him looking like Cam Jones again? What does he give you?
Well, I think really good for him to see the ball go in the basket, to play in rhythm, to shoot the ball from three the way he did. We're just a different team when he's clicking like that. He's not always going to make 7 threes, but when he's playing with that type of confidence, that type of aggressiveness, and now fortunately we have a little bit of time for him to continue to heal up.
I think you guys scored 21 points off turnovers in the first half. This team has been really disruptive defensively. What do you like about the way you guys are playing?
Just getting our hands in the basketball is a huge point of emphasis. We don't have the biggest, strongest team. We don't have necessarily the most athletic team, but our guys have good hand quickness. They have good anticipation. They're very good at helping one another. The system that we have, sometimes we're going to put 2 on the ball on purpose. And when we do that, we have to get a deflection. Otherwise, teams are just going to pop it around and get open shots.
Hey, Coach. Georgetown, I know this is part of your DNA of how you play here anyway, but how much does it play a part in the turnovers that Georgetown really doesn't have a traditional primary ball handler? And when you watch film, did you know that you could get these type of turnovers, these type of runouts?
Well, we felt like, obviously, Epps being the leading scorer in the conference, the first order of business for us defensively was to try to make things as challenging as possible for him to get a lot of good looks at the basketball, at the basket. He shot 27 times in their last game against Providence, so that's scary going into any game when you know a guy is before you even talk about efficiency, able to get that many shots up. I thought Stevie and the rest of our guys did a nice job trying to stay attached to him. One time we left him, and he made a 3 over by their bench. But certainly, we want to be aggressive against everybody, every team we play. But if there's a team where the leading scorer is also the point guard, then we want to even ramp it up a little bit more because maybe if that can affect their ability to get the ball moved around, then that's to our advantage.
And you're on a good stretch right here with another win today. Is this team hitting the stride where you thought it would be right now? And is there a ceiling more to get to that ceiling out of this group?
Oh, yeah, we can keep getting better. The thing about the Big East is each of these games takes on a life of its own. So it's really hard to compare from game to game. But I think in terms of our mentality, which always comes first before how we play, we have been hitting a stride. I think our guys' approach on the road has been much, much better. The last 4 times we've gone on the road compared to maybe some of our games a little bit earlier in the year. And our guys are playing for each other. If you play for each other, you have a real chance to do something special and to enjoy the heck out of it while you're doing it. But there is a danger in, if you've won a couple games in a row, feeling like winning is just going to happen or taking winning for granted. And we absolutely cannot do that. We have 7 days until we play again. I told the guys in the locker room, each other and winning has to stay at the forefront of our mind, even while the stuff on our phones or anyone else around us tries to introduce other variables into the equation.
Kolick and number 23 banged them from deep early, number 1 later. Why were they so open? I mean, nobody really closed out. They were wide open shots.
Those guys like shooting in here for whatever reason. The last few years that we've come here, there's certain arenas where the guys like to shoot the ball. I think they were open because the guys did a good job sharing the ball and continuing to move it. It didn't stick too much. Tyler did a nice job of creating some actions. It's great to have Oso out there because he's so unselfish. He finds his teammates. Tyler got a couple open ones early just because we knew we had the switch on baseline out of bounds plays because they put their big guy on the ball. So we thought we could maybe run him up to the top and take advantage of that matchup. But for the most part, just sharing the ball.
Talk about elevating deflection to like a foundational principle in your program.
Yes.
At what point did you decide to stress it? And do you think it could be a trend in college basketball?
Well, I didn't make it up. I mean, Coach Pitino's been doing it for years, and as well as a lot of other coaches. But we've always measured deflections in practice, in games, and at some point along the way, we realized that 32 was kind of like the magic number, and if we could get to that many true deflections in a game, we'd have an unbelievable chance to win. And I think our winning percentage over the years since I've been a head coach at 3 different spots is 98 or 99% when we've gotten 32. So today it was a huge point of emphasis because we wanted to be disruptive, and the guys did a great job of it.
Last one.
Shaka, obviously, you guys are on a 6-game season best winning streak. You have the week off, other than Cam Jones getting healthy. How do you make it that this time off is a positive rather than slowing you down while you're on a hot streak?
We have to make it a positive. I think first and foremost, addressing physical health. We've got a few other guys on our team that are banged up, that haven't necessarily been 100% to be able to practice full out every day. So this gives us a little bit of time to work on some of those things. I mean, you get to this point in the year, that's every Big East team. But I think really for us, we have 22 chips in our pocket that have been earned from the games we've played, wins and losses. And actually the chips that come from losses might even be more valuable. And so over the next 7 days, really examining those, learning from those, continuing to move forward in some of the areas that make us our best, when we're really clicking. And then understanding that even though we don't have a game tomorrow or the next day or the next day, there's still an urgency that has to exist in our minds if we want to move towards doing something special later in the year.
That's it. Thanks.